Okay, we're live. We got Andy on, and let's see. Vanessa Kitty's here. Garage Guy's here. Tactical Fudd. Kyle. West Covina Dodge and Kyle. I think I got everybody so far. And Andy is here. Who did I miss? Kyle's got to go to bed. Good night, Kyle.
Kyle. That's my Halloween outfit.
Well, the zipper is perfect place. It's perfect. Okay. Yeah. Jeff is here. Yeah, the zipper is perfect. If you're into that leather type. All right, so let's see. Chessboard is here. Just Jeff.
I'll try to keep my face off a cam to keep you guys going for a while.
Oh, jeez. You don't want to get any hair stuck in that zipper, but they all shave them these days, so we're starting.
I don't know all these people's names. One of these famous celebrities has an underwear company for mostly women, but they have some men's stuff. They just released a thong for women with hair on the front. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Okay, so how's it going, Andy? You get to the range?
Sure did. The brass deflector seems to be working. It works fine with 38s, 80% ejection rate, so that's pretty good. That need a little tweaking for that, but it doesn't like 357 brass. It's still hitting the scope mount, so I have to rebend it a little differently and move it further to the right on the scope mount. It'll function. It's like I said, 80% there with 38. You got to eject a little on the harder side, and it works. And 357 doesn't matter how hard you eject it. It wants to go back down into the chamber, so
it's the length
back down. So we're close. The idea is right. We'll get it. So I've been a little busy today.
Hang on 1 second, Andy. Michael is here. Uncle John is here. Thursdax is here. Jag1 is here. Okay, continue on, Andy.
Yeah, happy everybody on the side chat. So I don't know if I have time tomorrow to bend up another one, make another one. I will see. I'm also busy reloading some other rounds for final testing. Not a lot of each, but just the ones that seem to be the best for the Rossi with the bullet. The 170 grain lead or 113 grain zinc. You just don't want to shoot out of that rifle. The same load, any of the loads that I've had, like 8 different gunpowders in the pistol, they're all dead nuts accurate. I mean, obviously, the load I was picking was the best in the rifle by chronograph, and that's what I was shooting out of the pistol. And I'm shooting nice tight groups. It's a 30-foot target. It's not a 50-foot target, but the groups are tight as hell, and it goes where I pointed. I didn't have to touch any sights or nothing like that. But the Rossi, when I put one of them in there, you have to shoot in the 160 grain type 3s, wad cutters. Those things are dead nuts accurate. I put the 170s in there. It's 6 inches high. It's 4 inches to the right. It's all over the place. So only thing I can think of about this, something barrel length with that style of bullet that it just they don't like each other.
Maybe it's dragging on the extra length of the barrel. You start losing.
I don't know that it's dragging because the velocity is much higher out of the rifle than the pistol. I think it just, like it's dragging maybe, but I think it's just got it's spinning too hard.
Well,
There's a
okay.
barrel.
Picture a 22. You have so many inches to get the powder to burn, but once you get really long barrels on a 22, it loses velocity. It's dragging after that. So,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm controlling the load, so I'm coming out at 1,350 to 1,500 feet per second is where the loads are running, and I tried lower stuff, that actually came out of the rifle at 975 feet per second, and no matter what load, I have the same effect. It's high and to the right, and it's shotgun pattern. It's a big pattern. And it has to be just a resonance of some resonation or something in the barrel with that bullet. It just don't like it. No matter what else I shoot in it, it's fine. From 38 wad cutters to I got 125 grain hot loads and 357, but great jacketed bullets. They shoot great. I mean, so it's not so much the lightness of the bullet. It just has something to do with possibly the weight and the length of the bullet, because it's a much longer bullet. So, because you got to load them short in the 357K, so they won't work it in the rifle. They won't work in the tube feed. They get jammed. They won't come up. And in the pistols, you go longer. They touch in the front, so you can't spin the chamber. The cylinder, I mean. So gotta be just don't like the bullet in Rossi.
Yeah.
So I got some 158 grain lead semi-wad cutters. What do they call those? They're not slick side. Fine. What do they call those? The glue grooves are very close together, a whole bunch of them, whatever.
Okay.
So those are the next ones to test fire. But in the meantime, on eBay, I found 2 single cavity molds. One is a Lyman 358 311, which says it's 168 grain round nose, and that has a flat base. The mold isn't in the best condition, but for $20, I talked the guy down to $20. Okay, so I got that coming. And then I got the 358 156. The numbers are so stupid with Lyman. Is 155 grain semi-wad cutter gas check bullet.
Yeah, I have that mold. Yep.
So I got that the 155 grain is like brand new. He still has the box and strapped in paper. He says, I got it in a garage thing, an estate sale with a bunch of other stuff. He says, I don't think it's used. Okay, so I'll find out. And I pay $30 for that one. So I got 2 different bullets coming, and I'll try. I mean, the 160 grain round nose sounds like it should work.
Mm-hmm.
My 195 round nose in zinc fires great. The shape of bullet, okay? Maybe they just don't like that semi-wide cutter. Hey, Tin Man.
Tin Man here.
Tin Man, that's my Halloween costume for this year. And the 155 is a semi-wide cutter with a gas check. So they'll be here during the week. So I'm not. If I get to go out Wednesday, which they got rain in the forecast again, I won't have them ready. But if for the following Wednesday, I should have some bullets casted in zinc for it. So hopefully one of those will work. If I got one that's working, I just buy it. I don't care if I got to buy a new mold, but I'll buy a 2-cavity mold and go from there. So that covers that. And like I said, the ejector port, if Tin Man missed it, the brass deflector on the Rossi is working. It just needs to be tweaked. So what else we got? I got stuff to talk about, but I don't want to run the show. So
I can talk about a Rossi we picked up yesterday.
Yeah, I saw your video. I just was watching it before I came on.
Yeah, I am so bummed. I was excited all week to get this thing. Little lightweight, suppressed lever action, really cheap, and evidently we got the one lemon. 'Cause everybody else on YouTube's enjoying it with a can on it, but I can't put a can on this one. It was threaded by some sailor in a hump bar, some drunken sailor in a hump bar. So we are really bummed. I like it. It's comfy. I love the stocks. The forend is awesome.
It looks really lightweight. It really does look lightweight.
It is. It's light and handy, and I like shooting a 22 lever offhand better than a bolt action. It's less clunky. I don't know. For me, it's just way better. So we got really disappointed there. Who would have thunk?
But are they going to send you a new barrel?
No, they won't send parts. I called them, and the lady. It was Friday night, Friday afternoon. She sounded tired, wanted to get home. Anyway, she said it's going to be if you send it in, if you want it shipped from your house or FFL, they'll put a tag on it, whatever. And she said it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. And being that it's the barrel, I know it's on the 8-week side, and I'm like, nah, screw that. I'll take the barrel off. We'll figure it out.
Are you going to cut it?
Thread it.
You gotta get rid of the old threaded part, don't you? You gotta cut that off. So you gotta cut that off. So you're gonna shorten the barrel.
You either have to cut that off or put an adapter and rock set it and rethread it there. But luckily, it's 16.5-inch barrel, and the threads aren't a half-inch long, so we got just enough to keep it legal at 16 inches and a few thou.
So who's gonna thread it?
I don't know. We'll come to that when we do, but we'll get it back faster than 8 freaking weeks. They only have a 1-year warranty anyway on Rossi.
What about Kenny?
Kenny's a busy man. Kenny, man, I imagine he's backlogged for 6 months a year. Yeah, so we'll figure it out. So much for the getting it on sale discount. I could send it to Rossi, but what? They send me another one like that? I mean, I've seen people that got them back and they still ain't right from Taurus and Rossi. So,
I guess I should feel lucky with the one that I bought not too long ago.
Well, no, the bigger lever guns, they're pretty damn solid. They've been making those forever. I'm just talking about the revolvers and the.
Yeah, but how do you screw up a barrel?
How on earth?
It's in the lathe crooked. I mean, the jaws aren't right.
How did you not see that when you're cutting and threading it? Maybe they just throw them on machines and grab them, and he should have.
They've got to fire it. There's got to be an inspection, but I guess with the thread protector on it, they didn't notice it.
No, when you put the thread protector on, you do notice it because it goes like this.
Oh, okay. So
it goes like that when you put the thread
protector. They couldn't have fired it with the thread protector on there, is what you're telling me.
No, it's crappy. It's crappy employees. No one looked at anything. The guy cutting and threading it, if they're doing it on a lathe and not some machine now, should have spotted that right away. Well,
that's part of your setup. You're putting the barrel in the jaws. You're manually spinning it and checking that it's round with your concentric, with your gauge. And I mean, I'm not a machinist. I worked in a machine shop, but I didn't set up machines. But I know what I watched them do it. I mean, we got steel rods that were not concentric, so it's like, okay, that rod comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to test it. Even when I was loading short pieces in the lathe around stock, the first thing you do after they're automatic jaws, you step on the pedal and it's the pneumatic. Okay, you're spinning it and you're checking it. That's the first thing you do before you start the thing.
The only thing I can think of is it's on a machine now and not a guy, because when he's doing the shoulder and he's threading it, he would know immediately that that thing ain't right, because he'd have a gauge on it
Hmm.
to make sure it's concentric.
I don't care how it's done. Nobody's inspecting them.
Exactly. Whoever put the thread protector on should have known when you screw it on, it's like bigger on one side, and then when you put it all the way on, it's like sticking over a little.
I mean, how can you not see that? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, that's ridiculous. So get more employees, like I said in the video. 3 weeks is acceptable because of shipping there and back.
Shit, I got my Ruger back in less from the day it left the FFL to the day I got it back was 13 days.
From where?
To Ruger.
Oh, that's Ruger, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the Ruger PCs, and it's, there was an issue, and it's like they got it, and they emailed me, said, "We got your gun. We're looking at it already." I was like, "What?" So.
Oh, Thorax, I don't think so. I think this guy was new and drunk and whatever. I don't know. I get the one bad one. Everyone else on YouTube's having so much fun with these little suppressed lever, and they got cans on them. It's smooth. It's smooth. It feeds really good. It'll feed shorts, regular 22 long rifle. It feeds good. I love everything about it. And the one thing I wanted it for is to stick a 22 can on it, because it's super quiet. We can shoot shorts. I have subsonic shorts that all you hear is the hammer, and the racking is the loud part.
I got low of 22. They're not long rifles, so regular 22s, and out of my Hammerly, it won't activate the slide, but you don't know you shot it.
Yeah.
And that's without a silencer. I shoot them in my basement.
Hobbies is here. Hey, Hobbies, how's it going? The Samba on the lathe. I don't know. There's no way a guy could have done that on the lathe. It had to have been a CNC machine, because on the lathe, you would know that right away. You got to cut the shoulder, crown it. All this stuff you're looking at will tell you it's a wobbly beast. But we absolutely love that rifle. I love it. So we're going to make it work.
So without this thread protector on it, have you shot it?
Yeah.
And how's it shoot?
Well, I haven't. I put a dot on it. I haven't totally sighted it in for groups, so I just shot it to see, and it feeds beautifully. It's the way that it feeds and everything.
It's not the bore. It's the threads. You can see the threads are.
I know it's the threads.
They're not concentric by like 100,000.
I know you missed the conversation, boy. So anyway, we've been due for a lemon forever. I can't remember having a lemon in a long time. And it's not a lemon, it's just whoever threaded it. The rest of it's great. The trigger is crisp. It's smooth. It feeds beautifully. So what can you do? Anyway, Vanessa's back. Hey, Vanessa. So talk about being super bummed. I was excited all week to take it out, and oh well. Yeah, hopefully, Jag. Hopefully, the tricky part's going to be pushing out those roll pins without cracking anything on the receiver inside. Anyway, so I used to have a really good threaded guy. I think he retired. He was like $60 shipped back, anything. He threaded so many of my guns. Lost that guy. Couple local guys that I don't know about so good. So we'll see. So we're gonna try and do it, take the barrel off, do it ourselves, get her done. Luckily, it's just long enough to make it 16 and a few thou, so it's legal. Which one being a lemon? Anyway, it's super fun to shoot. It's lightweight. I said that the stocks are a little thin. Well, the forend isn't. It's got really beefy. The rear stock would be like a Savage 22 rifle as far as thickness of the polymer. Love the color. They come in different colors, but we chose that one for our terrain, our boulders. I don't know. Yeah, hobbies. We have no room right now. A mini lathe would do this one because it's short, but it's something always. There was a couple that we almost got real big ones, though, and they take up the whole garage. Where do I put the tractor type deal? But that would have been easy. Yeah. With ATF. I don't know what that means. Anyway, continue on, Andy. I love it. People looking at them, just make sure if you order one online where it's cheaper, make sure you check it over before you fill out the paperwork, because PSA would have taken it back both ways and replaced it, but we did the paperwork, so missed it. So, new rule: any Rossi or Taurus, well, just about any gun, but especially Rossi and Taurus, gets thoroughly inspected before you start writing out that paperwork, doing the background check. So yeah, super bummed, really bummed about that. That hurt because I was excited about it. I can't spread my Marlin because it's got a long tube on it, the 22, 39. So you'd have to take the can off every time you loaded 20 rounds in it, or whatever.
No, cut a slot in the tube. You can put them in from underneath instead of the end. Cut a little groove slot in the bottom of the loading tube up towards the front. So you just pull the rod out and just push the bullets in from there.
I can't do it with the Marlin. It hit the can.
The rod will hit the can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this one, they shorten the rod so you can use it with the can. You load it. It only holds 10 and I think 15 shorts, but that's fine with me. I'll just, I'm going to make a loader for it. So it's like doing your primers on a Dillon. You got them preloaded on a tube. You stick it down there, and I press it.
Did with my wife. She was seating them one by one. I went out and got these tubes that were the right size.
Yeah.
Put quick pins on the bottom, load them up, put it over the tube, pull the pin, 15 go in.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to do a little press lever that just holds it there while you put it there and let go of it. And foof.
I got a bunch of those tubes made. Some of them I didn't like the way they fit the rifle, but they worked. But the other thing, past week, Tuesday night, the reloading podcast, it was a special. They had a guy I'm not sure of his name, Jeff something or other, Jeff, from bulletology.com. And the show is all talking about bullets and bulletology, which is about how they fit in the barrel and all this stuff. And then he got into the temperatures of the bullets, what they get to by they get out of the barrel, the temperature. And I'm like, okay, that was interesting. And then I started asking questions on the side chat. And the guys from that hold the podcast, they know me well, and they ask all my questions. And I asked him, what do you think about zinc bullets? And he's like, well, zinc is as bad as lead. And I go, okay, explain. And he says, because the zinc melts in the barrel just like lead does. I go, what? Okay. And he says, well, the bullets get up to 1,200 degrees when they go down the barrel. And I'm like, I said, I'm really questioning you. I'm not doubting what you're saying, but I'm questioning you. Okay. And so they gave me a 5-minute spot where I could talk. And I told them, I said, a lead bullet is soft. All right. So if you're using traditional lube and you're shooting it, you have a certain friction level based on the bullet's oversized, so it's creating friction in the barrel, plus the powder blast and all that stuff. He says, correct. I said, okay, you're telling me that lead bullet's coming out of the barrel 1,000 degrees or better? And he goes, yeah. I said, that's almost impossible. The bullet would melt. Okay, I said,
yeah, that's kind of weird. It's kind
okay,
of weird.
so I said, okay, now you put powder coating on it. He says, oh yeah, powder coating helps tremendously with the friction. It's a lot less. And I said, okay, so that everybody understands that. So meanwhile, I have some of my stuff up, because I have some websites that I've been on over the years checking about this. And at 3,000 feet per second, a copper bullet out of a 30-06 is coming out at 550 degrees C at the end of the barrel. So you tell me, please, where you got this 1,200 degree number for stuff up there. I said, and I'm not shooting at 3,000 feet per second. I'm shooting at 1,500 feet per second, okay, or less with my zinc bullets. So, and I says, in the melting temperature, the 780 degrees, that's the starting melting temperature, okay? I says, the barrel is not getting that hot, so how can you tell me I'm getting zinc fouling through my barrel just as bad as lead? And I said, I had sent back a Ruger PC 9mm that had at least 5,000 to 6,000 rounds through it when I sent it back to Ruger, maybe more, of only zinc. And when they got the gun, one of the comments was, how do you have your barrel so clean? So obviously, the information this guy was providing is not really truthful. I mean, it may be what they're finding, but everything I researched from 15, 20 different companies that do these ballistic things, they totally disagree what he said. So beware, a lot of false information out there. I want to say it's false, but however they're measuring this stuff, something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Not when 15 other companies are all in the same area, give or take 100 degrees. So I mean, how do you twice the temperature? And so I just said, no problem, continue your thing. But then I'm watching and listening, and some things that made a lot of sense. We tend to lube rifle bullets by hand, one at a time. A lot of people load that way. And then they just wipe it with a rag. That lube that's still left on the brass is bad. Even though you think you wiped it off, there's still a coating. And that is bad. It has to do with pressure spikes, how the bullet doesn't, how should I say it? When it expands, it's not grabbing. The chamber is tight because the wax on the bullet lets it give way a little bit, so the actual piece of brass could be moving. Where if it so that made a lot of sense. And then he was talking about the coated brass the steel brass, things like that. Like you have 5.7 is coated, and he was talking about that stuff, and he says it works, but the idea of it is wrong because he says it does affect accuracy in your gun. It's like, okay, so I kind of was getting turned off by this guy. I have to go anyway. I go to bed early, so I watched it the next night, and he got into a lot of great topics talking about the split necks and things like that happen. There's a lot of good information in there. Okay, if it's take it, you read it, take it with a grain of sand, take what you like, and forget about the rest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting because it's, I mean, I did my research. I wasn't going to put any zinc bullets down my barrel because Elvis did it. Okay, I went into the research and stuff before I did anything, and it's everything I read. I mean, I know about zinc from the machine shop. Zinc is a natural lubricant in itself. Okay, so zinc is lubricating as it goes down the barrel. Period. All right, and and the melting temperature. There's no way the barrel's getting that hot. I'm not shooting at 3,000 feet per second. And again, 3,000 feet per second, 15 other companies, their research says 500 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit at the end of the barrel. So I don't know what to think. So just information for thought out there, people that are into the reloading and playing and stuff. It's just some other research you can do if you want to. And Mr. Uncle Jim, you got to go on Amazon and look up a shooter's tent. SHOOTER tent. It's like a one-man pop-up tent.
Oh.
Floor in it, so your brass stays inside. Okay, and it's not expensive. It's like $140, and and it's and it's got the if you can go out in the rain and shoot, you're not going to get wet because it's around you, and it has I think it has mesh side panels for air and stuff, so you can really go out there and not have to worry about picking up your brass. I just happened to see something. I said, where the hell? I saw it on some Chinese website. So I went onto Amazon and just typed in, shooter's tent. And there's so many of them.
Well, as long as the material doesn't melt if you got really hot brass.
Well, I didn't go. I'm just saying I saw them, and I figured I'd tell you if you want to check it out as a birthday gift, a Christmas gift to you, take a look at it. And they're different sizes, so so it'd be, but you don't have to go look for your grass in the rocks.
Yeah, I only like to spend about 5 minutes. We have an umbrella that also can attach to the bench, and then a brass catcher. A lot of our guns will use brass catchers, but yeah, that gravel is nasty right now. It's huge.
Once I get this brass deflector working, I got to figure out how I'm going to mount the brass catcher on the side of it because the rail is all Picatinny rail is all taken up. I don't have the catcher would be forward. I'd have to make some type of a bracket to offset everything.
Yeah,
I don't want to be chasing brass.
William is here. Well, you can do the old strap on and reinforce those.
Yeah, I have one of those. So
you got to reinforce them though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not putting 100 rounds in the catcher. I mean, it's a lever action. I'm not. And I'm not loading 10 in it. I'm putting 5 in it. So I got to stop in between. Not a big deal. But the trick is, you leave the brass catcher, you just leave the zipper open. They fall down straight. So you put a little box under you, and they go in there anyway. I'll come up. I think that's going to work.
Well, I got one. I think it was a Caldwell or whatever. It's got a big metal cage around it, and it flips over.
Yeah, it flips to the side and all
Got
that. Yeah.
2 straps on it, and I swear the thing was like $4 or $5 when I got it on sale.
Yeah, I paid like $9.99 for mine when I bought it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got the dual straps and the cage, and it doesn't go anywhere. And I did a video. Will it work on a lever action? Yeah, but it's bulky. Yeah.
Well, I don't use that one anymore, so it's like, okay, I have it in my box. I'll take it out, and maybe you can reduce the size of the cage. I don't know. Play around. I don't care. It's fun to play.
Yeah, it is. I just don't like to take too much time when I go out and shoot because I want to just boom, get her done. If I got to grab a sandbag or whatever, geez. Yeah.
Well, again, you're shooting in your backyard, 5 shots, and you're done. But I mean, I'm going
Yeah.
to the range, and
Andy, more than 5 shots. Come on.
all right, 6.
You see some videos with 5 shots, but there's times where we spend hours.
No, I know you go out there, and I watch you unload 5 magazines. You're testing the magazines, 30-round magazines, and they're working fine. You know, doesn't matter.
Sometimes we'll take like 5, 6 different guns and just shoot them. Take an afternoon. Usually not on video because they're too long.
So you make 5 different videos of one of each.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's more fun when you just have the camera off. But
you don't have to. You could just have the camera on and do your thing. That's
Yeah.
People can see, and you can narrate over it when you're done and say, "Oh, this is this and that's this, whatever."
Yeah.
But it's still. I mean, I can't go outside the back of my house and shoot every day, so I'm limited to when I can get to the range. And this year has not been a good year for the range. I've been too busy. Like I said, the house. He finished the last room today.
Yeah.
So I just got to really clean this room from all dust and whatnot, and start putting everything back and put some shelves up and do some little things. And this room will be back, and I'll have more time because when he's here working, I really can't do anything. I mean, I'll spend half the day on my computer because he's always calling me, to help him with something. If he's on a ladder, he wants someone to hold it or whatever. So it's no big deal. But it's done. Final cleanup in this room. Came out really good. So. But I mean, he's going to do all the work for me. But I mean, that was the big stuff to get done was the house.
Mm-hmm.
Revolver, lift weapon, pop out the balance. Emptied out this bedroom. The other room gets emptied this coming week. Okay. So I'm just glad the house is done. No more Saturdays where my day is like nothing. I got to just be available all day for him.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's just again, I was like, I want to go downstairs today and start working on the brass deflector, and that's not a big deal. Now that I did the first one, I've played with the material the first time. It's really going to be easy. I've understand what to do now, and I have a really good expensive heat gun. They were throwing 2 of them out at work. They said they didn't work. I said, "You guys, nothing works, and you throw it out." I go in there and find there's a wire broken or whatever. So between the 2 of them, I made one work. They're like $450 for these heat guns that they have. Wow. They're really high-end stuff. They got thermostats. They turn the heat comes on and off. So you can regulate it. They're really good. But I bought and returned it already, and ordered a new one. The Tipton bench vise for like $120. Like everybody was, people were talking about it and whatnot. I said, I'm worried about it. I'm buying on Amazon. I'm not really using for heavy gunsmith work that I needed to worry about it. How should I say? I need to worry about it that I was going to apply more pressure than the ball can handle. So I grabbed it and I just clamped it to the desk, and I Like I didn't even put a rifle in it. I just tightened the ball as tight as I could move it, and I could just move. I could still move it with my hands. I said, "Nah, this ain't gonna work." So I think this is the one Walter bought. Real Avid Vice, and I'm getting that in. It's $225. I just need a decent vice in the basement that I can put on a table anytime I need to use it.
Are you talking about a vice or a cleaning stand?
No, not. I have the tipped and plastic cleaning stands. This is an actual metal vise with a ball, so you can double balls, so you can angle the vise in any angle. And
I could show you a lot of them. Thrift stores cheap.
yeah, well, the problems I was looking at, everything that I had read on anything I was looking at, everybody had the same complaint about you couldn't make it tight enough. If you wanted to torque down a barrel, the vise would move before you cut to the torque.
Mm.
And I said, well, I'm really not going to do that. I really only wanted it for cleaning maybe or mounting a scope. But this Real Avid vise, you get it close to level, and it's got an adjustment knob 3 degrees either direction. So you can make it level once you've got your gun clamped in it. Which was a nice feature. And they sell a lot of extra accessories to go with it. And the way this works is the ball has a cross cut into it with holes through the base of the vise where pins go through so the ball can't move.
Mm-hmm.
And there were other vices that did the same thing, but they were twice the price.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I don't need anything to that level because I'm really not doing gunsmithing. Okay. And I said, if I really have to torque a barrel, I'm taking it out into my garage. Okay. And I'm using my real vise. I have rubber jaws for it and everything else. And that's where I built my ARs, the 2 ARs that I built. And I just put it in there, nice and tight, put the wrench on it, click, there I am, done. Which I'm not doing work to that level. It was a one-time thing where the machine shop guy had 2 lowers. Give you a lower if you build me a rifle. So, okay. I mean, I didn't pay for it. He paid for the parts, so it wasn't like it cost me anything. And that was I put his together first. It worked fine, so then I did mine.
We have Mario here. I gotta go silent for a minute. I gotta go silent for a minute because I have to. Not that that's related. I have to pee. Anyway, I'll be right back. Keep them running.
So that was so the vice tip. If anybody's buying a vice, it isn't that big of a difference between, let's say, $100, $125 for the Tipton vise versus the $220 for the other one. It's well worth the extra $100 if you're looking to buy something. What else? Anything else? No, I think I covered that. But we talked about bulletology. Amazing. Read up on it, people. I mean, not that you guys are really need to know about that stuff for reloading, but it makes you understand that about you need harder lead to push the bullet faster. We know that, but you know why, and that's the parts that are cool to learn about. And again, if you're doing traditional lube because you don't want to be bothered powder coating, the powder coating is going to change everything for you. The velocity factor is going to go up. There'll be less wear in your barrel, less leading. You just keep going on and on. And then, of course, if you bump the BHN from 10 to 12 to like 15 or 16, again, make a bigger difference. That's about it. I've said my piece. Now I'll be quiet.
Yeah, my son's a sucker for vices, rummage sales, whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you show all those videos.
He's got one that's so big, I don't know what it weighs, 50, 70 pounds. That thing will not budge. That thing's huge. It's humongous. Made in the 30s, whatever. Yeah.
But that's bolted to a bench. That's not just clamped or something.
Yeah. No. That's right. That's right.
You know, that's where you can put a 3/4 inch steel rod in it and yank on the top of it and bend it.
Look at Cranky's reply here. We have Cranky and Texas 6 is here. You gotta love the zipper, Cranky. You just gotta make sure you shave if you're gonna do that. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Frankie, that's going to be my Christmas outfit, my Halloween outfit.
Then you need the leather hood and the bowl and the strap. Yeah, there you go.
And the handcuffs. And
Good to see you guys. I'll probably do an Andy length chat tonight. You're tired. Fuzzy is here. Hey, Fuzz. Fuzzy's been collecting those pans.
yeah, that's something he likes. He likes doing that.
Yep.
I'm passing off the information, how to clean them and how to tell the differences. A lot of information out there on different things. People don't realize. I mean, people are into cast iron know most of it, but
Garage guy, I'm gonna have to check the calendar and see which Saturday is closest to Halloween. Today's the 18th. Oh man. That's
Halloween is a Friday.
Okay, that's a good question. Damn, didn't even think about that. Oh man, I gotta figure that out, huh? See, 18th, week from now. It's kind of on a weird date, isn't it? Yeah, we usually do them before or on. Interesting. Haven't even thought about Halloween.
Well, you can always do a Friday night chat and do nothing Saturday.
Yeah. We've just had Gremlin month, so hopefully the gremlins are gone. Nothing goes right all month. But they might be gone because wife lost her credit card, checking cars and everything, found it, and so that's good. That's a plus. That's not a gremlin this month, so that's good. Maybe we're on the up tilt now.
Yep. Hobbies, my hot load in my 3006 was 3,250 feet per second. I would know it too.
Well, how do you measure how hot a bullet is when it comes out the barrel?
Well, you have to have equipment there, infrared, that kind of stuff.
Or something that, yeah, okay.
And it's in, in the field I'm in and what I do, we have cameras that measure temperature.
Ah, geez, wait a minute. Texas 6 spent 5 hours in the geez. I hope everything's okay, Ricky.
Yeah.
That sucks. Hope everyone's okay. Man. Well, you can't get Anderson Lowers anymore. Anderson's out of business. The Poverty Pony is gone. Oh, okay. You mentioned that. All right. Yeah, we have a Poverty Pony. That thing's just as good as any other lower. long as it's in spec. Oh, okay. Ah, geez, man. Poor,
She fell again.
poor
Oh,
Penny.
what is she doing? Is she tripping over something? I mean, you
Uh,
know,
they fall. Believe me, I watched my wife slip on the ice, hit her head against the car, like bam, and it's like, oh, geez.
all right, but yeah, she's on ice. What she's walking? What's she tripping over? How's she falling? I mean, I understand if you're on ice or something, you lose it, okay? But
It's scary. I tell you that. It's scary.
yeah, I hope she's okay.
Yeah. I tripped and fell down the garden 3 landings on boulders and survived. So it just happens. You get older, you trip.
Slipped on a dog toy.
Oh, geez. It's the old dog toy. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Yeah, you just got to take it slower. When we're not teenagers anymore, you just got to take it slower.
Well, my only thing is I became, I don't want to say scared of ladders. That would be really the wrong terminology. I have a problem going up. You're on the roof. It's getting off the roof and getting back on the ladder. That scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's scary. Definitely. Mm.
So I'm just, just at the point. I mean, it's like, I don't have a problem, going up a ladder. I don't have a problem going down the ladder. The problem is getting off the roof onto the ladder.
Hey, here, you bring that up. Here's Perky Girl right there. See, Perky Girl? Oh, it's Perky Cowgirl. All right, there's Penny right there. All right.
She's a perky cowgirl. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Better than Kahlua. That's your thing. Sweet, but not as. Yeah, it's better than Kahlua. Good in some coffee on a hot day.
So true, Fuzz. So true. What hurts me the most is all these musicians that have died in the last year. They're like 1 year older than me. I mean, all the music I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, some of them are older, but I mean, they're all going. It's like, it's like it's all, even all the actors and stuff I grew up around. They're all disappearing.
Yep. It's nature.
It's just funny how some people, live so much longer than others, and their life is not any healthier than mine and yours per se. All right. Yeah. What's the difference? What is he doing different? What are those people doing different their whole life that kept them alive all those extra years? I mean, look at Clint Eastwood. I mean, guy's blowing me away. He's still out there directing movies.
I thought he retired, but he's what, 90?
Who, I think.
Yeah, well, look at the Rolling Stones. They shouldn't be alive. What's left of them, anyway.
Well, what's left of them? That's the whole point.
Yeah, the drummer died. I liked him.
Well, we just lost Kiss.
Kiss?
Somebody, one. I'm not bad with names. Somebody from Kiss died
Oh,
just a couple of days ago.
wasn't Simmons or the
It's just amazing. It's you gotta I'm 72, so I've got whatever 8 years on you, Uncle Jim. I don't know what you're 65. So I saw them when they were not nobody knew who they were. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
it's like there's a lot of groups that I saw at Fillmore East out here in New York City. Right, they were like first time players. They were the startup bands. It's like, wow.
Okay, hubby says Ace is gone. I think he had a little drug problem for a while there. Not that it's. Oh shoot, where did my chat go? Oh shoot, show panel. Okay, weird. Yeah, you never know. Some of it's genes, some of it's lifestyle, some of it's.
Yeah, there's so many different things, but you can't say. Clint Eastwood he made some fame for himself, so he didn't have a financially crisis, life. He could have what he wanted, but I have to imagine the bullshit he went through over the years in the film industry.
Boy, I am flickering, aren't I? Okay.
So you have to relate to it. To an actor to somebody like him that's actually out there in the day riding horses and doing this stuff, and that's the toll. Look at John Wayne. He's a big ass guy, and look, all the horse riding and everything he did and whatnot, and they all lived good, in general. John Wayne maybe didn't have as much money as Clint Eastwood, be difference in time, the way to, move what the money they were paid. But it's just amazing how some of these people, look at Dolly Parton, another one that's up there. They're all up there.
I just watched a movie with her in it. What was it? They're working in an office. The three girls get the bus, working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I watched that the other night. Yeah. Actually, there's some funny parts in there. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, if you guys want to watch a good series, if I don't know what you have access to watch stuff, that link I posted a couple of weeks ago to the movie site. There is a TV show. It started in 2022, and it's called Billy the Kid.
Okay.
And it's only in its third season right now. I don't know. I don't know enough about the history. I don't know if it's really depicting his life as being, how much of it is real. But him and Jesse James and Pat Garrett, that's the big plays in the show. And were they actually friendly?
I think they're just throwing them together for that. Yeah.
No, but I don't know that. Okay, I don't know. In other words, it's like Billy the Kid growing up. There's a point in time where he meets Jesse James, and they're like the same age. You know what I mean? And Pat Garrett is just is older when they meet them, and they all rode together, and then they went their different ways. The story makes them go their different ways, but how true is some of that? Just curious, you don't really know.
I don't know if they ever met. I don't know.
Well, again, I think the show is worth watching if you like Western stuff. Okay, the first season's a little slow because it starts out Billy the Kid is a little kid, and he's growing up, and his father dies. Eventually, his mother dies. Things like that. And it's like so it's done well. And he didn't want to be a criminal. It just happened that way. it just the way it went in his life. And then, and most of what they depicted is most of the stuff in this movie is him defending like the town against, some corrupt politicians and stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty cool what they did. And I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's one I can't. After I got about 3/4 through the first season, I think it's only 8 episodes a season, so it's not very long. But when you get into that second season, it really gets good.
Well, didn't he start like rustling cattle? And I heard he was really a loyal guy. But
well, that's how they depict him in the movie. He's very loyal, but he has his own mind. He's not controlled by what other people say or said. So, so it's an interesting. It's just called Billy the Kid. 2022 is the year they had first, and they're only in the third season, and so it's still filming. So I mean, it went 3 seasons so far, and it's got some really high ratings on the internet. So it's just interesting.
Yeah, but I can't remember. But I've seen documentaries on Billy the Kid and most of those Western guys. Don't want to say gunslingers, but yeah, there was a couple that were really mean. One just sniped people, didn't even bother, just shot him from a long distance. And yeah, what was his name? He actually became a sheriff also. Yeah, there's a lot of wacky stuff going on.
I thought the show was interesting for anybody that looking for something to watch that they might like. Especially I swear into guns and stuff. So a lot of Henrys. Everybody's got a Henry. We're watching when he's learning how to shoot. The guy that actually first taught him when he was like 8 years old or something. The guy that handed him his first gun to teach him and respect about the gun stuff, and then then it became him and Jesse James and me. But Jesse James was already in the gun world big, but this guy's still coming up, and then they used to like challenge each other all the time, and all of a sudden one day Billy was faster. So it just they didn't shoot each other, but they would challenge each other, how fast. And then Billy went to 2 guns, and he could shoot with both hands just as good and draw both hands about the same. And he's also got the skills of the spinning of the guns and stuff. So it's interesting to watch. I'm enjoying it. It's entertainment.
And a lot of conspiracy theories. Did he really live after that? They had Bushy Bill or whoever that claimed he was Billy the Kid, and then you have Jesse James. Did he really get shot that night putting a picture up, or was it just so they could get the law off their back and live their lives, type deal? So.
Yeah, but so far, again, Jesse James and Billy are playing opposite sides. They start off as friends and roaming together.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, there's one. They both. Jesse James has a girl at his hideout, and Billy strolls into his camp, and I want to join you, and that kind of thing. And now he's with the same girl, so there's bullshit going on there, and so there's always that little bit hanging over. Is there a jealousy issue? And they did a good job. I mean, you really have to watch it and appreciate it. I think anybody would. I think you got to get to like episode 4 or 5 before it really starts moving. You got to get to that point to understand everything, is the way he grew up and what happened to his parents and what things like that. So I think they did a good job of it. Plenty of open scenery and mountains and horseback, running horses and everything else, and cattle rustling and horse thieves, and it's just Interesting.
Rellis is here. Hey, Rellis. Yeah, so let's see. Around here, you had Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid. People say Butch lived, and
Yeah.
he was just right up the way here in Utah, and he went and visited his mom or something like that in a Model T or something like I forget what it was, but that's the history around here as he still lived. I don't know. They say that about just about everybody.
Well, there was not enough, not enough ways to document that stuff. The forensics and all that wasn't there.
Yeah, well, it happened in South Africa, and how do you know what really went on? It's just another way to escape being chased all the time. And it makes sense if you're being chased all the time and you're tired of it, you want to retire. Yeah, fake your death. So some of these guys could have faked their death and lived, to an old age.
I'm just at the point in season 3 where I'm like, is there going to be a fourth? Is one of them going to die this season? There's a big war going on. A lot of gunfights and stuff, and a lot of people getting killed and things. And it's like, wow, are they both going to? It's got to end somehow. So are they going to end it with them both dying, or shooting each other, or is it they're just going to keep dragging it on? I just can't see it being dragged on. It could go to a fourth season, let's say, but I can't think it could go past that.
Yeah, unless they tweak it back to the past, but yeah, they already covered it, so yeah. I don't know. They like to.
Hey, Mac Man.
Hey, Mac Man. Haven't seen him forever. He must be really busy. Good to see you, Mac Man.
Yeah, a lot of people that used to be on side chats more often. I mean, never mind just the side chats, but in the actual chat group, they're just not on anymore. Life gets in the way sometimes, I guess. I try to make it my business, my Friday night and Saturday night, to leave some time to do nothing and get involved with this stuff. During the week, I don't always watch, and I watch other people's videos, but the only other thing I watch is the Reloading podcast. I think it's a good bunch of guys there, like at a higher level. A couple of them at the higher level, bench press level stuff and whatnot. And they have a lot of knowledge, so it's great, good listening to them. And then there's the younger guy that's in there with his father, and they're into old Milsurp stuff. And so they always got something going on there about those things. So a lot of interesting conversation. And every so often, I don't know, once every 3 months, they bring on some special guy that, is supposed to be the expert in his field and does their thing. Like I can't believe I was given an episode 400 when I did the Zinc Talk. It was like, wow. So who? Yeah, DB Cooper was spotted at No Kings protest.
Yeah, there's a lot of wacky stuff going on out there right now in this world. Oh my gosh. Especially like England. It's crazy town.
Oh, there's a lot of places that have gone crazy.
It's crazy town. Don't let them in and take over your country. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to mention any religions, but you know what I'm talking about. They got a few states here.
Oh, they're going nuts here in New York with this governor race.
Oh yeah, if that guy. Oh man, if he wins, you're.
Well, he's mayor. Okay, the city will be destroyed if he wins.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know how much effect it's going to affect the outskirts. Well, we're close to the sea. I'm 45 minutes away by car. I'm in Manhattan. But upstate New York, West New York, I don't know how that's going to affect those people.
There you go, Just Jeff. It's true. It's true. Except for Uncle John would be about 90 right now. Let's see. 1970, he was 45 to 50 years old. Yeah. When he did the skyjacking. I'm starting to believe he jumped just a hair north of where everyone searched. So I don't know. They got it pinpointed, but that makes sense. There's more woods up north than where he jumped. He jumped in kind of farmland area, easy, I don't know. If I still lived around there, I'd go searching around. It'd be awesome to find a briefcase with a fake bomb in it.
Someone else found it a long time ago. Don't you worry.
A skeleton in a tree or something, I don't know. It's the only one that got away with it.
Roll this.
So yeah, who's got a calendar out? Let's see. I had to redo my thing here, and it's all screwed up. Okay, today's the 18th. Talking about Halloween.
The 31st.
So yeah, we do it, and we either do it next Saturday or Halloween chat will be the day after Halloween.
Hobbies, they're made out of stainless steel. Don't worry.
So bad. I just see something getting caught. So bad. Yeah, it's true. Uncle John is DB Cooper on his other tablet. That's his handle. Yeah, I know. We could do the day after because, okay, everyone gets Halloween out of their hair, but it's still on their minds. We can do the day after Halloween.
Yeah, well, if you do the day of Halloween, my doorbell's still ringing.
Yeah. So we could do the day after. Everyone's chewing on candy or whatever. we don't have trick or treaters now. So.
Well, I won't be chewing on candy unless that's her name.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I miss it. I miss when the son was trick or treating a long time ago. Give me some Tic Tacs and Baby Ruths and just a whole variety pack of sugar. I don't want to move it to Friday night because someone else does the chat that night. So I don't want to do that. I think the day after. What do you guys think? Next Saturday or the day after Halloween? It's the day after. It's not like a big deal. I don't know.
Well, the day after is fine because it's still Halloween's only the day before. You do it a week before, it's not Halloween yet.
Yeah. I'm thinking the day after, and then I can put it off more. The candy hangover chat. Yeah. Well, also the day after, that's when candy's on sale in the stores. Yes. Paydays. What are another one of my favorite? Paydays. Oh, there's so many.
Paydays are awesome. Paydays are the shit, man. I love paydays.
Uh,
Also,
Snickers.
1,000 grand bars. Those 1,000 grand bars are really good. Those are really good. And
Snickers.
yeah, Snickers. Yeah, the little fun size ones. Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't know. I think that Hershey's chocolate's quality has went down through the years, though. You know, they've bought everybody out now. So yeah, I don't know. It's just not the same anymore. It tastes like, it's got a waxy sort of taste to it anymore.
Jag, Big Hunts. Yeah, they don't make. Yeah, they do make mini ones. Yeah, they do.
Or Look bars. Look bars are pretty good too.
Yeah, I like a good variety. But that's all I need is more beer gut right now. That's the last thing I need.
Yeah. You're all passed out and there's an empty bag of peanut butter cups, on the coffee table, man. The TV's still playing. Yours zonked.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And a friend of mine, Ken, which by the way, he has a machine shop. He's got some pretty cool stuff. He's retired tool and die guy out of PSNS, Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. And anyway, he's all set up, for making parts and things like that. He's actually made some inserts and stuff, for people's mouths, for dentists and stuff. He's very talented. Well, anyway, I got word that he was sick. So, I said, well, I'll make him a pot of chicken soup and bring it over to him. So I got my little, 3-quart, pot out and went ahead and made some chicken soup, brought it over his house, knocked on his door, and he showed up. He's all like, oh, man, I feel like crap. And I said, well, I'll probably some chicken soup, Anyway, I went in there and I spent about a half an hour with him and made him some tea and stuff and fed his cats and did a couple little things for him, and then I left. And 3 or 4 days later, here I was, Tuesday. Tuesdays started off real rough, man. I just could not get going, man. I felt like, man, I was pushing an elephant up the stairs all day. And then that night, man, I got the chills. It was 70 degrees in the house, and I'm sitting there shivering with a blanket around me. And, oh yeah, then my started aching, my back of my neck started hurting. Next thing you know, my muscles were all sore, and my stomach got all crunched up, man. And I was like, oh, Kenny, bastard. Oh man.
Sounds like the flu.
Oh, it was not good, man. It was not good. And so all day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and here it is Saturday, and I'm still like right now, this is the result of Dayquil, what you're talking to right now. I'm kind of vaping a little bit, man. I've got some vapors going on. But yeah, Dayquil. Dry hack and sneezing and watery eyes. And another thing too, the sweats. You'll get the chills, and then the next day you're going to go through the rolling roller coaster of the sweats, man, where you'll sweat your ass off, and then the next thing you know, you'll be fine. And then the next thing you know, you're just sweating your ass off again, and it goes on for a couple of hours. It's not fun, dude. Yeah, so anyway, there you go. Yeah, I thought of him. Thought about that whole scenario there where you're talking about your barrel, That should be a piece of cake to fix. Guy with a lathe, you just cut the end off with, a cutting tool, and then just go ahead and recrown, and then just go ahead and turn down the barrel to the thread size you need. Just cut the threads on it. Done deal,
Yeah.
Just make sure that you're
It's
make sure you're over 60 inches. Make sure you're over 16 inches. Otherwise, we don't want another remake of Ruby Ridge, with that happened in Idaho. You remember that, right? Where the guy
Yeah.
went ahead in Spokane and he cut the barrel off of a shotgun, and it was just the width, the thickness of a hacksaw blade, and they were trying to get him for that. And that's why that whole thing with Ruby Ridge was all about. I said, I do not want to hear about Jim's Ridge. Okay.
It actually, there'll be a few thousandths left over 16. So, if you cut it to the shoulder and start over, because there's a relief cut there. So 16.5-inch barrel, threads are shorter than a half inch, so we should be good.
Yeah, you'd be all right.
Otherwise, you'd have to put an adapter on it and thread that. Ugh.
Just go ahead and TIG that on there.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I wanted that thing to work. I was so excited. And then it's like the big letdown. We're all playing with it. Oh, it's so awesome. And then, geez.
Yeah, who does this? Who let this out the back door like this? I mean,
I don't know. You'd have the guy that threaded it. You'd have inspection. Whoever put the thread protector on it would notice. Less going out the door type deal. But, it's an inexpensive little rifle. So,
Jim, you've worked on the crew before. There's that guy. That guy, you do not want to give him that job because he's going to screw it up. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Just get in there and do it, and then it's done right, and we don't have to tear it out and redo it. But if you give it to him, he's going to screw it all up. Yeah, and that's that goes on in all manufacturers, and like you said, a machine thing, or whatever. I don't see how a machine can even make that mistake. There's got to be some sort of probes or something to make sure that it's centered.
It didn't get checked in right, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like they stuck the barrel in the end of a freaking 3/8 drill and started spinning it, and the guy just held a file on it and said, "Oh, looks good to me."
Well, there's a poor job, and then there's just bad, and this is bad.
That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I looked at that. I said, because I seen the video that you put out.
But here's the thing: that the threads on it are fine. It's just it wasn't centered.
It's crazy. You see, now if that was mine, I could just run right over to Kenny's and he'd chuck it up there in his lathe. There you go, Dave. Screw it up.
He's got to be back. I guarantee you, he's probably backed up a year.
No, my friend, the guy that I was talking, the guy I took the suit to.
Yeah.
You talk about irons in the fire. You got a collection of stuff. Man, holy smokes. This guy's got chainsaws, like vintage chainsaws, old Pioneer, and, like home lights and stuff like that. And he's got a couple of those, what were they, Johnson? Yeah, Johnson reel type mowers. He's got a couple of those that are self-propelled, and they've got like an 8 horsepower motor on them and stuff. He's got a couple of those, and he's got a zero turn. He's got a zero turn that has a hydraulic lift on it and stuff, and then he's got an excavator. He's got more toys than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to bail out.
Yeah, I'm
Enjoy
thinking.
the rest of your weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Okay, Andy. Thanks for coming on. I'll see you next week.
Okay, Andy, you take it easy.
Take care, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably on Andy time too tonight. I'm just tired.
Yeah, I'm like I said, what you're seeing right now is the results of Dayquil. Otherwise, I'd be laying on the couch watching a movie, just zonking.
Yeah, my wife is just getting over a bad cold, and I don't want to catch it. You usually catch it when they're right when they're getting better, that's when you get it from them. So
And I just got over one. I just got over one like last month. Last month I got one that was only maybe 24 hours or something, you know. I thought, man, I dodged that bullet. And then I turn around and get this. But yeah, I think it was a flu. It was a severe cold. You know, this is severe cold. Well, I never really understood this. So you get a bottle of NyQuil. You hold it up and it says severe cold on it, right? Then you open up the directions to see the dose. You know what you're supposed to take. It says take dose at first sign of a cold or flu. Well, how severe do I know it's going to be? If this is severe cold medicine, then do I really need it? And if I'm taking it at the beginning of a cold, I don't know how severe it's going to be. You know, that. You know what I mean? Oxymoron.
Cranky, it's not as expensive either. It's not like a $1,000 Winchester 22 nowadays either.
Yeah.
But it is fun. It feeds beautifully. Everything is right. All I needed was a threaded one, like everyone else got that I've seen their videos before I bought the damn thing. So I really like it. It's very nice. All I got to do is thread it, and it'll be fine. I like how it is.
Tin Man, you know, I remember when my kid was little, and that was something that was just an ongoing thing during this time of year, is everybody being sick, because you know your kid goes to school and that's just an absolute cesspool of germs, and then they bring it home and then they give it to you. So, you know, yeah. Not just that, the population in this area where I live has exploded. I mean, there is like thousands and thousands and thousands of people living here now. So, you know, you go to the grocery stores or you go anywhere, you know, there's just crowds of people because they're, you know, they got to get things, you know, they got consumables that they need, food, whatever, gas, whatever. So there's thousands of customers, you know, opening doors, shutting doors, getting shopping carts, putting shopping carts away, doing whatever, you know, and you're bound to pick something up when you got that amount of population running around, you know. And this area really was not designed for that. And you know where I live, Jim. It just wasn't designed for that sort of population.
Jeff, he was asking, do I have enough flatland? Yeah, we have. We call it the turnaround spot. We can put a big outbuilding there, but outbuildings are money, and we've been putting it off. So yeah. So I got to get up to the top here. Okay. So yeah, we have a spot for a big shed. For Halloween. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to catch what she has. That's like my worst thing ever. That'll knock me out for 2 months. So I'm staying away. I haven't been sick forever. So right now is the incubation period. She's getting over it. I'm going to get it. So I got to stay away.
You know, it's funny. You know, here's a comment that West Covina Pat made. Says, "Give out toy guns and slingshots for Halloween." You know, when I was a kid, that was a real thing. I mean, you know, you could either have the candy, or there'd be squirt guns in there, or there'd be a slingshot or something. You know, I mean, people did give that sort of stuff out when I was a little kid.
Every once in a while, you get a apple full of needles or popcorn ball full of something, and then
yeah,
then you had acid. Then you had acid back then. Oh my gosh! Here, kids, here's a little sugar cube for you. Oh,
bet.
Bad.
Yeah, times have changed.
Mario's back. Hey, Mario. Well, I think we're gonna shut her down. Short chat tonight. What is it? Wow, not even 2 hours. We'll shut her down.
Oh, Mario. Wouldn't you know us? He's back now.
There's always those weirdos with give out toothbrushes. Yeah, yeah.
Hobbies only in Canada.
Uh,
I never got a toothbrush
little
for
bags of cat food.
Halloween.
Mario, what are you giving out to the kids for Halloween this year? Toothbrush? No. YouTube has parents. Oh yeah.
Jim, you're gonna have to do more. You're gonna have to do more of the doors. You're gonna have to get old Jim Morrison going down the stairs to the garage with your microphone.
Mm.
Yeah, you're pretty good at old Jim Morrison.
No, it's way too deep and quiet. I don't.
I like it. You know, even though it's a joke, I still like it. I mean, you enunciate everything. You know, all the words are there.
It was
Yeah.
fun. Sometimes you hear a song and you're like, boom, video. You know, a song. Sometimes the song will make a video start. I just threw that onto a video, but yeah, a lot of times songs will create a video for me. Then I go from there.
Your kid has it.
But by no means can I sing. No, bad. Switchblades. Big jug of. Yeah. I love when I gave that girl, she was too old to trick or treat. I'm already in, and they banging on the door at midnight. They gave her a Tootsie Roll that was just a rock and a stick, all wrapped. Oh, I felt so good about that.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that I don't judge. You know, if the kids look like they're too old to be trick or treating, how do I know that they're not, autistic or, they're not mentally there with kids their age? You know what I mean? So I don't judge. I just take the fucking candy. Here, go. Get off my porch. Stay off my lawn.
Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about that now, and that's good because it's not annoying, the bell ringing every 2 seconds. So I used to like it, though. I used to dude up the house and make it fun for kids, have the music and everything and scary stuff. And one time I was dressed as a dummy. I looked like I was a dummy just sitting there, and they had to walk past me, and poof, Yeah.
We've got neighbors that are up on the corner, and this is their thing. I mean, Halloween is their thing. They've got the big giant skeleton and the whole bullshit. They've got all the lights and and all the shit going on, and they really put it on. And they all dress up in costumes, and then the guy is out there on the lawn, scaring the kids and stuff when they come up and stuff, and they make a big deal about it. I think that's pretty cool when people get into it like that, make it fun for the kids,
Hobbies, that's pretty funny. Hand out Glock mags. That's hilarious. What? Yours doesn't have Glock mags? Oh, that's hilarious.
You'll give Pat an idea. He'll be handing out peed Glock frames down there in California. Here, kid, give it to your dad. He'll know what it's for. Oh yeah. See you next year.
Okay, Mario, that's an old Thunderbird that was a racer and it wrecked, and some English guys restored it to how it was way back in the 50s. And it's really cool looking. You know, the front end's cool. It does it. You know, is it modern? No, but they restored it and kept it in that honor. They actually saved that car, so that's what you see now. And they race it in England or something. I don't know.
You know, to tell you the truth, some of those vintage races are actually kind of cool to watch because, you know, these are cars from back then. They're not like what you see now.
Well, the other funny thing is this did the salt flats 200 miles an hour, but in order to be official, you got to do it again one more time. And it broke down, and they had to fix something, and it didn't break the record for back then. Yeah, and that's kind of weird because that's not an aerodynamic front end, you know. So yeah, it almost broke the record if it didn't have a mishap doing the second run, because you got to confirm it. Let's see. Yeah. You put a bowl of 9mm. Yeah. Now, how about powder coated bullets? They start chewing on those.
A little 10-pack.
Oh, powder coated bullets. That would be so bad. Kids chewing on powder coated bullets. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I'm starting to fucking sweat again. God damn it. Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah, Uncle John's got a security door now, so no trick-or-treaters. Yeah, I got the joke on that one. Uh-oh, what happened here? Got a window popped up. There we go.
Yeah, that's funny. I think it was Gator. They started making gas checks, and they had 44 and 357, and they were really cheap. I figured, what the hell, you know, I'll order a bag. So I got a bag of 1,000 of each, you know. They actually turned out pretty good. I mean, you know,
they're my favorite. Yeah, they grabbed.
Yeah, and so what I did is I ordered a whole bunch, and you know, I've got all kinds of gas checks for 357 more stocked up downstairs. Oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm like you, Jim. I've got so much freaking crap. I don't know what the hell to do with it. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare for my daughter. If something was to happen to me and I was to croak, she'd walk in and go, "Oh my God, Dad, really?" She would.
But that's where you get the best reloading equipment deals. Is
oh yeah,
the kids just want to get rid of it. Yeah.
Somebody's going to get some nice shit. Well, you know, it's kind of like what Hobbies told me. You know, I mean, working up there, you know, in a pawn shop, you know, people will just show up with a whole trunkload of stuff and just say, "Give me $20 for every bit, for all of it." And there's tools and vices and all kinds of this expensive stuff in there. I mean, you know, just people want to get rid of it. They're cleaning out the house so they can sell it. They don't care.
Yeah, Tin Man, I'm gonna have to check. There's something I'm out of. Maybe it's 44 though. I'll have to go look and see what I got for 357 gas checks.
You know, it's funny, Jeff. My homeowner's insurance replaces everything in the house. It replaces the house and all the contents, all of it. Everything's covered. I pay a lot.
Well, I told my son, if you're not going to bother reloading, price everything and sell it. Just get rid of it. But he's probably going to keep it. Yeah.
Well, Jim, he's going to be around too. I don't know. I don't think he's going to run off and get married anytime soon. You know.
No, we want him. We want him here to. You know, the house is his. We don't want him to go through stuff like I did. So yeah.
You know what? At your age and being up there on those boulders and fucking around and you know thinking you're fucking 30 years old and shit like that. You know, I mean, who's gonna find you? Your wife? I mean, you know, you fall down the hillside and break your neck or some shit. I mean, you know, at least he's there. You know, it's, oh boy, you know.
Preacher's day off is here. Hey, preacher. Yeah, I wonder what preacher hands out for trick or treaters. Good to see you, preacher. Hope everything's doing good at the shop. Preacher could hand out like these mini Bibles. Do they make little Bibles that are the size of a lighter or something? You know?
Yeah, you can get those from the Gideons. All he's got to do is just tell the Gideons, and they'll sell him a whole. They'll send him a whole case. Here you go. They're little bibbles. That's what they call them, a little bibble, and you can get the New Testament and the Old Testament little bibbles. Yeah. And they just give them to you if you're a pastor or something like that. Yeah, they'll take a donation. They always ask for a donation, but yeah.
Groundhog jerky, barbecue sandwiches. Yeah. Yeah. But massages, what? Oh, what? Tin Man.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tin Man, the Gator checks, they come in and out. So you could join their mailing list or just check on them. Don't do the aluminum, do copper. Aluminum.
If somebody else wants to roll in here, that'd be cool. Mario, why don't you come on? We haven't heard from you.
I'm gonna go too. I'm tired.
Want to blast it off?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Because man, I'm pulling. You know, dude, That's another thing too. You feel fatigued with this. You really do.
Man, this is going fast. The chat. Yeah, I just hope I don't catch the cold incubation period right now. If I can survive 3 or 4 days, I'm good.
Yeah, I've been pretty happy with seeing what the Mariners have been doing, even though I'm kind of a bottom of the ninth sort of guy. But yeah, the Hawks, they're pretty evened up, you know, and the Huskies, you know, so kind of having a good year so far that way. You know, they're staying in there.
Well, Garage Guy, I hope the Cougars win. That way, the wife's in a really good mood. Every time I watch a Cougars game, they lose, so I stay the hell away from the TV. I stay away from the TV. I'm like, hey, it's not my fault. I didn't bad luck them.
Yeah, that was the way it was. Mariners had those 2 home field advantage games that they should have pulled that pitcher out. I mean, they should have pulled him out. He started throwing like he had a rubber arm, you know. Yeah, well, you know, there you go. And you got to understand one thing about these baseball guys, man. They've been doing this for months. You know, throwing baseballs, doing this, working out, all that other stuff. And you know, there's being in shape, and then there's, you know, you're getting kind of wore out on doing this crap. You know what I mean? Being that physical all the time. So it really is demanding. It turns into a huge job for those guys. And so, you know, they have a bad game. Part of it is they're fatigued. I mean, they've been doing this for seasons, you know? Yeah, well, anyway, Jim.
Oh. Okay, thanks for coming on.
You want to hang in there?
Get better.
Yeah, hey, man. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to hang in or not. I think I'll just...
Yeah, hang in there for a while. You never know. One of these guys might come crawling in. I don't know. All right. See you guys later.
All right. Good night. Get better. Everyone watch out for what, oh geez, we're on big screen now. Everyone watch out for what's going around, I guess. I'm blaming the shopping cart. I say, hey, do you always, use that little what do you call those little sheets? Anyway, wipe your shopping carts down so you're not catching the next person's snot hands. Yeah, so this time of year, treat it kind of like COVID without the mask. That way you don't get sick. I haven't been sick forever and I don't want it, but I know what she has right now will stuff me up for 2 months. It'd be hacking. Oh, it's bad. Quit sucking on door handles. Oh, Tin Man, as far as the cat goes, can't you just put something in their food and it'll be fine? Otherwise, you can go. Preacher's still here. One of his cats got the worms, and so he can either go fishing or get the medicine for the worms. All right. Sorry if I mentioned that, Tin Man. Anyway, I thought you can put something in their food, or yeah, it's not that bad. I don't think our cats have ever had one. No, they haven't. Can you give them pumpkin what? Oh, here's Mrs. Tin Man. PSA from Uncle Jim. I like PSA. I've been very lucky with them until I got that barrel. Until I got that Rossi. Not their fault. How do they know? It's in boxes. They ship them. They didn't make it. They didn't thread it. I see that garage. What does that mean? All right, guys. Love you all in the chat. See you next week. We might do the Halloween chat the day after Halloween. It makes more sense than a whole week before Halloween, doesn't it? Did I see the Marlin 10mm? No. What? A Marlin and 10mm? What? No. Uh-oh, they keep puking. Jeez. What the hell? How did they catch it? Probably at the vet. All right, everyone in the side chat, I'll see you next week. We're back for now unless I get another strike, and then that's another week, and then one last straw and totally gone. And they like to do stuff like that. 10mm lever action. Yeah, but if you got a 44 Magnum, you don't need the 10mm. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know. I'd rather have a 10mm Contender single shot. All right, so, okay, guys. Sure are chatty when I'm trying to leave. Yeah, no. All right, you guys, I love you, and see you next week. Until next time, and